I was in the early days of the internet trading these crazy things called internet stocks nobody knew anything about. And so I would be more naturally inclined to go into something like Bitcoin. But I remember it was probably like 2013. It came across my desk as it was shooting up to $1,000. And I'm like, what is this thing? Maybe I should buy it. And then it came crashing back down. And I was like, okay, forget that. But really what the aha moment was is that I had been following a newsletter for a long time called Sovereign Man. I don't know if you've heard of that before. Simon Black writes that. And basically, the premise is that to be a sovereign man, I wouldn't put all my money in one country, or I wouldn't put my whole life in one country. I'd plant multiple flags. So it's kind of like this flag theory, multiple passports, multiple bank accounts, et cetera. And this was kind of coming after the 2008 crash, which Bitcoin was created to counter that. But it was coming out of that 2008 crash, and they didn't fix the system. The banks are probably still going to collapse. PTSD from that whole thing. And so I was in the process of setting up or working to set up corporations and bank accounts overseas. I figure, hey, if I have an account in Panama, Singapore, Hong Kong, what's the difference? And so I was actually working with attorneys in Panama to set that bank account up. And this is 2015. And I took another look at Bitcoin and I said, wait a minute, this is actually the same thing, because what I'm trying to actually achieve is to get my money out of the banking system. That's what I was trying to achieve. In this situation, they want to seal off the exits. We want to get out. So I was trying to get out, and I was going to go to Panama, but I'd still be in the dollar. So I really wasn't getting out, even though the U.S. couldn't seize that bank account or a bank couldn't fail. So I took another look at Bitcoin and I said, aha, this is the way I can get out of the banking system and protect my wealth. Of course, then in 2015 was a pretty good entry. It was about $300. And as the price started going up and up and up, then you start going, well, wait a minute, what is this thing? And then so that was the first aha moment. The second big aha moment was I had become a gold bug after 2008. I realized that it was the fiat money system, was the money printer that was distorting all these markets and was the cause of all this pain. And so I was kind of this gold bug. I call myself now a sound money advocate. And so at first it was just getting my money out of the system to protect myself from the theft they were trying to do to me. Then the second aha moment was when I said, wait a minute, this is actually a tool that we could change things with. Like, this is actually a way that we could win. Now I got to go tell everybody about it. And so I haven't shut up talking about it ever since. I have a newsletter that we write, and we kind of have a system. So we help people really hone in and identify exactly where it is they're going and help them think through all that. We have a bunch of tools and sheets they can use, and then also figure out where they're at and then help them make that plan. So the system is a series of questionnaires and tools that we have to help you identify, be clear on that. And then we have the newsletter that then identifies which assets that you should be buying. And we kind of put them into 4 buckets, or as I call them, 4 pillars. So investing for growth. This kind of gets back to the Bitcoin stuff, the commodities, things like that. Energy, investing for cash flow. Of course, I talked about that. Keeping cash as one of the 4 pillars. And then I call chaos hedge insurance. This is gold and things like that. And so then once you figured out what your exact allocations are, where you're going, where you're at, then we write the newsletter that recommends the assets that you could put in that, tracks them in a portfolio, has a community so everybody could be in there sharing information, working together towards a common goal. And it's been really successful. I've been writing that for several years. And it's a lot of fun. Hey, this is Mark Moss, and you are watching Think Smart Education.